Does it take discipline to not eat when you're not hungry? Think of it this way. You're used to not eating when you are hungry, when you're a dieter. So in your brain, that little connection exists of when you're not hungry, when you're hungry and you don't get to eat. That's a diet mentality. And that is extremely scary and awful to your body. It doesn't know why you're not eating when you're hungry. So that fear that lives within you of, oh, she's not going to eat when she's hungry because she's going to go on another diet, that lives strong and your body remembers that. There's a great book, it's called The Body Keeps the Score, which is not about dieting or stuff, but it really made me understand how significant the things that we do to our bodies over the years. Your body remembers it. You know, your body is the most amazing creation. You know, I'm not trying to be spiritual about it, but I'm just saying that it's amazing and your body is so smart and we dismiss it. So does it take discipline to not eat when you're not hungry? No. It takes a habit that is built that goes with your biology, which is so much easier than habits that go against your biology, like not eating when you are hungry. So you gently guide yourself back to hungry, eat, non-hungry, delay eating. It is that simple. Now, when I say it is that simple, I'm not going to trade the word simple for easy. It's not easy because diet culture exists so profoundly around us all the time. And everyone we know thinks that you're being bad if you eat a little piece of a donut or a bite of a donut. Oh, you're being bad, watch it. Or you're being good if you just load up on an enormous salad. All these things, which are so silly and wrong, they live. So every day, all day long, you're getting pummeled with this stuff, this crap, which is telling you all these food rules and all these things that you should do to be healthy and eat clean and all that BS, which has gotten us nowhere. Look around. It has gotten us nowhere. And I don't mean that meanly because I was a dieter for a very long time and I understand how it feels to be in there where you're trying so hard and you don't understand why things aren't working and that you lose weight and you gain it back and you lose weight and you gain it back. And as amazing as you feel when you're losing weight, well, multiply that by 1,000 and put it into a negative when you gain it back because you feel lousy. You think you're just a weak, lazy, undisciplined person, and you're not. It's your body is going, hey, there's a famine. Let's drop this metabolism. Let's give her cravings like she's never felt before to make sure she eats. So next time there's a famine, she's not left to skin and bones. Okay, it's common sense. And I'm not a doctor or a biologist, but I have been in this world of diet culture. I very briefly worked at Nutrisystem, and I saw the disgustingness of that business model. And then I myself was a dieter for a very long time. Finally, out of just desperation, I said, I can't do it anymore. And I became an intuitive eater. And it's where it's at, friends. It's where it's at. So so back to your question, is it discipline? It's more like taking the time to think about it and figure out that what you're doing isn't working. How many times you're going to do it? And again, I did it for 25 years, so I'm not trying to make anyone feel stupid. I did it for 25 freaking years. And as an older person who's now been an intuitive eater since the year 2000, I'm trying to reach out and tell other people, come here. It's so nice here. Food is not the enemy. And just like this morning, it's like 9:20 now, and I got up and my husband and I are out of town and we bought this little thing of donuts, these Bill Knapp little donut pieces that are so good. I had one last night because I really wanted something sweet after dinner. But here with an intuitive eating thing, I had a little hunger left, which I specifically saved for something sweet because I like that. I like not every night, and I'm allow myself to feel different from day to day. But I just wanted something sweet. So we had to stop to get some milk for coffee in the morning. And we got this little thing of Bill Knapp's these little pieces of donuts. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like glazed. I'm talking about them because they're so dang good. And then this morning, so I had one last night, went to bed feeling so happy. I was just so perfect. Then this morning I woke up and I knew I had them and I had saved that little piece of hunger again because I didn't fill up last night. I calmed that little sweet tooth. This morning, it's still there. And I go down and I had this little donut thing. It's not big, but here it is. Here's the thing. I don't need it to be big. I need it to be delicious, and I need it to be exactly what I want, and I don't need to feel bad about it. So I don't. It's like a beautiful part of life. And you guys out there saying, oh, sugar causes cancer and sugar. No, a lot of sugar, a lot of things. If you eat things in moderation with respect to your body's voice, you're fine. I'm not saying that, it's the healthiest treat or whatever, but it's a nice part of life. And it's when you equate eating sweets with binging on sweets. But when you have, I would say, I'm going to guess, because I don't count calories, but I'm just going to guess because I counted calories for a very long time. And I remember that little thing I ate was probably, I don't know, 100, 120 calories. I mean, it's not big, but it's perfect. And if you go, oh, that could never satisfy me. Well, I used to think that too. But once you calm down and the whole world is open to you, there's no foods that are off limits for you. Everything calms down and everything changes. So the discipline that is required to make this transition isn't really discipline because you're not fighting your body. It's the long-term vision of you solving this for the rest of your life and taking the time and energy to digest this information I'm sharing or others like me are sharing, and people who've been happy intuitive eaters and looking back going, God, I really wish someone had told me this earlier. I wish someone like me was out there when I was 20 and it would have changed my life, or when I was 30 or when I was 39, because I did this when I was 40, and I would have saved some angst and some up and down, up and down, up and down, and that feeling of negativity about your own beautiful body because, wow, why am I gaining it back? Yeah, your diet sets you up for that. So get out of diet culture and gently guide yourself with love towards yourself that nope, that I'm not hungry now. So it's not a big deal not to eat when I'm not hungry. It is a big deal to not eat when I am. And as long as I never have to do that to myself and I can gently feel that hunger come in and use it as my guiding light, as my tool, because I can afford food, again, gratitude for that. It's just beautiful. Yeah. So I don't know, does that seem like the word discipline? It's kind of discipline, but it's harmonious discipline. And it's way easier to stick to literally for the rest of your life to get and stay at your happy weight. Join me.